What's up, y'all? Candy Girl here with my 2 cents on Jussie Smollett. And more so, not about him, it's about me. And I'm just going to put that out there immediately. This is not a full recap on the whole situation, but more so of analysis on my own heart and how I have realized some things about myself. And I'm hoping that other people will take some time to think about themselves as well. So basically, Jussie Smollett alleged that 2 white men with ski masks approached him, called him racial slurs, homophobic slurs, said this is MAGA country, beat him, threw bleach on him, hung a rope around his neck as if it was a noose. Now information is coming out that the evidence is showing that these were not 2 white men. They were actually 2 Nigerian men who actually worked on the same show that Jussie Smollett is the 3rd lead actor in. So in other words, these were extras on the show that he follows on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. So he knows about them. He knows them. He's, just because you're an extra on the show doesn't mean that you get to see all of the stars on the show, but there's some familiarity between them. So come and find out it's 2 Nigerian men who were extras on the show. And not only that, but they have been seen on security cameras buying ski masks and the like that were used in the actual incident. Now, I'm going to say that because of the information that's coming out, I have learned that I cannot make a gut reaction judgment on what actually happened until all the facts come out. That's number 1. Wait until you get more information, Candace, before you start blasting stuff on Facebook and saying that, oh my gosh, these are Trump supporters who are racist and who over here doing this, that, the third, and all this other stuff. Before I even start doing that, what needs to happen is I take the time to allow more information to come out before I make any snap judgments, because now I'm looking stupid. So I was watching this clip of Trevor Noah on his show on, I think it's Comedy Central that he's on, because he's a comedian plus he's a news commentator. And he was saying that people were so quick to conclude that these were racist Trump supporters and all this other stuff without knowing everything. But the truth of it is that we as the spectators have some sense of prejudice in us that we want reaffirmed by evidence. So whatever comes out that reaffirms our prejudice, whether it's true or not, we use that, publicize it, and then use that as a means to say, yes, I was right about Trump supporters all along. They're racist, they're violent, they take action against blacks and homosexuals and all this stuff. I mean, I truly was thinking to myself, look at this mess. Look at what Trump is doing to our country, inciting violence and encouraging people to do the things that they were too scared to do all along, because we're supposed to be in a post-racial society. And here I am just up and judging people that I don't even know, and quite frankly, people that I don't even know exist. So for that, I will say that this has taught me that I am prejudiced, that I sometimes look for supporting information to justify my prejudice, and then I'm taking a very ignorant approach to it because I don't even know all the facts. And before I judge the next person for being prejudiced and judging and not knowing all the facts, before they just jump and say, oh, this black man did it because he looks like a thug. You know, I'm over here judging people for persecuting blacks, but at the same time, I'm over here judging and wanting people to be persecuted for just being a Trump supporter and really not knowing all the facts. I really played into this man's hands. He had me like putty in his hands, and I should have known better and done better, because as a person who is, you know, trying to fight against discrimination in my day-to-day work, I should not be that biased to just jump on some bandwagon and I don't even know all of the information. That's just like the situation where and I'm really loose on the details, so you guys go ahead and just jump on me in the comments. That's fine. But you know, there was this rally or march about Native American history and rights, and there were some high school students who were wearing MAGA hats who were antagonizing him. And there was a video that focused on this one young man and how he was standing in front of a Native American who was, you know, playing his, you know, tribal drum and singing a tribal song, and the white male was just standing in front of the guy, and it looked like it wasn't antagonizing, but it was like, I'm gonna stand in front of you and taunt you while all these people just demean you. And I just jumped up and said, oh my gosh, I can't believe this young man would do that. And then come to find out that's not what he was doing. He was trying to basically be a barrier and keep things, you know, I wouldn't say deflected, what is the word? He was trying to diffuse the situation by standing in there, in the way. So here I am, judging this white male with this MAGA hat and just saying without further information that he was antagonizing this Native American and inciting violence against him, and I just didn't know anything but what was presented to me, which is only one side of the story. And so I would just say, y'all, we got to do better. I have to do better. It starts with me. If I want to make a change in this world, it has to start with me and being the change that I want to see. So, you know, I've made videos before where I've said, man, I did not realize that I was that prejudiced, that I was just judging people and assuming that they were a certain way when they're not. And here I am again doing it. But the key is to recognize those things, to really feel remorseful about it, and to say, you know, I'm going to do better. Here's another situation where I see that I'm not acting in my best self and I need to improve. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm committing to not judging a situation based on one side of the story. Get most of the facts that you can and keep it moving from there. Also, I've learned that there's going to be a grand jury that will sit and possibly indict somebody. And so for them to actually convene a grand jury means that they have an argument that is supported by some kind of evidence that is going to give rise to probable cause. So there's something there. We just don't know the details yet. And something tells me that it is going to pull the veil on some stuff that we didn't know about, and is going to shake us at our core on everything that we thought we knew. And so until I get that information and just more information, even some kind of admission from someone, I really am going to reserve my judgments and conclusions until then. So you all let me know kind of what your thought process is on all of this. What's your theory on the Jussie Smollett situation? Do you think that this was all staged? Do you think that there's a hint of truth to it? At this point, I'm so confused, I don't even want to say. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, you all, love and blessings.